Yeah!
The Sleeper Pick, the guy only you believe in. In 1 week fantasy football on DraftKings, he can be the difference. So trust your gut. Trust your numbers. Trust your Uncle Vito if you want. But know this, that sleeper is out there. The question is, who's going to play him? This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time.
To create your account, click on the banner link on thedougstewartshow.com or the Doug Stewart Show app. Footballsportsapp.com. What is it? It's the first live action mobile sports app played in real time and a cool way to immerse yourself in the game. Make coaching calls just like the pros. Check out the video. Download for free this fall and register now again at footballsportsapp.com. Want to be part of this new exciting technology and make money? Fill out the short form at the bottom of the website and mention TDSS. Again, footballsportsapp.com. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Combining Throwback Thursday and a fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. No show tomorrow. Yes, sir.
Let's go.
2003 is the year. So I guess 2003, Nelly and his little crew, what they call themselves, Dirty Entertainment, something like that. I guess they had it going on that year. I played a couple of tracks from Nelly's camp, him and Chingy and all of those cats in 2003. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah. All right, let's get into it, man. The Funky Four, the four biggest games in the NFL this weekend. I like it, Waterhead. Yeah. All right, the fourth biggest game this weekend in the NFL. We had to kind of scratch and scrape to get this one. But I'm kind of looking forward to the Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans. No J.J. Watt for the first time since, I think, 2011, as he's done for the year probably on IR with the back injury. So I want to see my homeboy, man, Jadeveon Clowney step up, man. I hope he has one of those breakout games. Yeah, I hope he has one of those breakout games where he gets 2-3 sacks, man, and he can get things rolling. He's been really, really struggling, to say the least. I'm looking at Jadeveon Clowney's stats thus far. In 3 games this year, Jadeveon Clowney only has 1 sack. So maybe he steps up and the Texans can get it done. Jadeveon Clowney can really have some big input into this game this weekend with no J.J. Watt. So that's game number 4 on my list, the Funky 4 games coming up this weekend in the NFL. Game number 3 that I'm looking most forward to, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, is the Oakland Raiders taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are 3-0 for the first time in franchise history. Wow. That's crazy. Those wins have come by a combined 13 points. No, that's not crazy. The Ravens only been around for a while. They've won a couple of Super Bowls. I guess that's why I kind of thought it was interesting. So those wins have come by a combined 13 points and against teams that now have a cumulative 1-8 record. So not really impressive at the end of the day. Baltimore has managed just 4 touchdowns over that stretch. So the Raiders are undefeated. Raiders are playing good football. So we'll see what goes on with the Baltimore Ravens hosting the Oakland Raiders. 1 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. All right. That's one of those West Coast to East Coast games as well. The next game, game number 2 that I'm looking most forward to, is the Denver Broncos taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have dropped 2 straight games. A real lopsided affair, 40-7 loss to Arizona and a 37-32 setback against the Rams. That included a 70-minute lightning delay with 2 minutes left in the game. Tampa Bay moved into scoring position at the Rams' 15-yard line and had 5 shots at a game-winning touchdown and fell short as hell. Very, very possible, actually likely, that Tampa Bay is going to go to 1-3. That's not a good look. A lot of high expectations for Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I actually picked them as a wild card in the NFC. So that game is at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. And the number 1 game that I'm looking most forward to this weekend in my Funky 4 biggest games in the NFL is the Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons right here at the Georgia Dome. Yes, sir. Don't look now, but the Falcons been playing pretty good football. The Falcons ranked first in the NFL in offense by scoring 34.7 points and gaining 448 yards per game. It's been a great blend of rushing and passing with the quarterback Matt Ryan, passing for more than 70% of his passes to go along with 7 touchdowns with only 1 interception. And you've seen what Devontae Freeman and the Coleman kid have been doing rushing-wise. They ran all through New Orleans last week. So this is a good one. Carolina obviously hungry after losing a couple of games already early in the season to the Denver Broncos, and then they lost to the Minnesota Vikings last week. Division rival as well. North Carolina, next state over from Georgia. This is a lot on the line for this game, man. So that's the game that I'm looking most forward to. 1 p.m. Eastern Time, kickoff on Fox. It's the Panthers in town at the Georgia Dome. We'll be tailgating. The 2 Live Stews tailgate. Panthers in town taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Can't wait. Those are the 4 biggest games in the NFL this weekend. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Those are the 4 biggest games this weekend in the NFL. Thank you for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. Let me read a couple of your messages. From One Chance in the chat room on Spreaker.com. What up, One Chance? He says Fitzpatrick is a bona fide career backup. He's been in the league 13 years and never has made the playoffs. Stop. Wait a minute. Stop right there. Oh, my Lord. Oh. I had to rub my face like my uncle used to do. Oh. I forget these little tidbits. I appreciate the Stewies just giving me these little tidbits. Yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick has never made the playoffs, and last year was the first time he won more than 7 games and still blew the playoff chance by throwing 4 picks in the 4th quarter of the final regular season game. Yet they treat this man like John Elway. Exactly. Yet for some reason, Ryan Fitzpatrick, they treat this man like he's freaking John Elway or somebody. Or Tom Brady, or Peyton Manning, or Joe Montana, or somebody like that. Why? Why did y'all go back groveling? I'm talking about the Jets. Why did the Jets get on their hands and knees and went groveling to Ryan Fitzpatrick? GTFOH. From that ninja in the chat room on Spreaker.com. Keep that in mind when you remember how the media was screaming for him to be the starter during offseason. They knew that ish as well. Yeah, man. But that's why you listen to the Doug Stewart Show. Because we tell the truth around here and we shame the devil. I remember when the whole thing was going on between the Jets and Fitzpatrick. Like the constant theme and narrative around here, the realest show in America, the realest show on earth, was why? Why? Tell Ryan Fitzpatrick to kick rocks. Now, once again, though, it doesn't show well for Geno, man, that they wouldn't put Geno in there. Like, I personally don't think Geno was that bad, especially when you factor in how young of a player he was. Is he that disliked in the locker room? We aren't in the locker room. Maybe he is. It's got to be more to this story on why they just have no trust at all in Geno Smith. And I mean none. And so much love and admiration for a cat that's never made the playoffs and threw 4 interceptions in the fourth quarter of a game where they couldn't make it to the playoffs, and Ryan Fitzpatrick. I don't get it. From 9-0 to Wino, Bowles is allowing silly fans to run the team. Can't blame him, though. These folks are looking for a reason to hate him. Yeah, there's a lot of politics involved with that. I agree. It has to be. And Todd Bowles, he a black man with a head coaching job in the NFL. I get it, bruh. I get it. But you know what? If I was Todd Bowles, which I'm not, this is just a dude talking on this, online radio show, podcast. If I was Todd Bowles, damn it, if I'm going to go out on my own terms, And but once again, let's back up. Maybe Todd Bowles doesn't feel like Geno was a starting quarterback in the NFL. We don't know. But it just, all of the variables that we have and how, much Fitzpatrick F's things up and on the heels of throwing 3, 4, 5, 6 interceptions, it just doesn't make sense that you would just, try Geno. It just doesn't make sense. So I don't get it at all. From Terry Green, I can't believe they spent $12 million on that bum. He spelled bum, B-U-M-B. From, who do we got here? From Vince Wright, the big smooth. Jameis Winston started off hot, too. Yeah, Jameis has struggled over the last couple of weeks, man. Everybody named Mama was singing Jameis's praises. And he still got time to turn things around, and he is a young quarterback. Don't forget that. He is a young quarterback. He is in his second year in the NFL. You need to give him the opportunity to grow, just like you did with Peyton Manning when he got in the league. He struggled mightily, just like most quarterbacks in the NFL. So let's remember that. See, that excuse doesn't fly for Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's been in the league forever. He's been in the league forever, and he's a backup. So he can't even make the same excuse. I mean, how do you throw the ball to the other team 6 times? I swear to you, and I always have these Al Bundy moments, I promise you, with 1 week of practice, I would not throw 6 interceptions in a damn game. I know I wouldn't. No. Because it's been beating my head ever since I was a 7-year-old kid not to turn the football over. And yes, I had a problem with fumbling the ball when I was in school. But that's neither here nor there. I knew I shouldn't do it. All right? I didn't mean to fumble the ball. I never fumbled 6 times in a damn game. I know that much. And if I did fumble 3, 4 times in a game, they would have taken my ass out because that's what's supposed to happen. F out of here. How you let a grown-ass man throw 6 interceptions in one game? And there's been a lot of quarterbacks that done it. I went back and looked at it. Like Joe Namath threw 6 interceptions like 5 times. How did Joe Namath get in the Hall of Fame? I want y'all to check this out. Go and look up Joe Namath's, I don't even know how you say this right with the S on the end. Go look at Joe Namath's stats for his entire career. 80% of the time Joe Namath spent in the NFL, he threw more interceptions than he did touchdowns in a particular year. I'm going to say 75, 80% of the time. How? Because of that one damn prediction they put his ass in the Hall of Fame? Joe Namath's numbers say that he sucked. And I like Joe. We've interviewed him before. We actually interviewed Joe Namath live. He sat down with us for a couple of segments at Jets training camp in whatever that town is in upstate New York. We were up there with the Jets training camp. They were doing Hard Knocks, and Rex was still a coach. And Joe Namath